let's get up out of here with the state of the Cavs. 2-2 in the last 4. They had a big win tonight against the Pelicans on the road.
Pelicans Bay.
Donnie came back and
back to the winning ways.
Settled the ship. Although many players had solid nights tonight. Is there any panic in town? I got a couple of thoughts on how people have been playing, but I'll save it.
Let it be known.
I mean, I'm not panicking. I ain't got no reason to panic. Even on I know the whole it's been this whole thing about DG. Is he clutch? He gonna settle in. Like Don been saying, he gonna get it together. Even though we've been critical, DG gonna click, man. I ain't
playoff time.
I ain't panicking.
Real DG gonna show up.
Can you show up now? Listen,
but I understand how he says about DG, but he got all this shit to say about Donovan Mitchell.
Where is playoff DG at? When did that ever happen?
Yeah, like
shit.
Hey, don't worry about all this.
No, you hella confident. Like he just did that shit.
He been Team DG and he's standing on that.
That's why I said last week. I said game 2. I didn't call him playoff DG. I said game 2 DG.
It's all right. Yeah, 2 good games in the playoffs. I give him 2.
1.5.
I give him 2.
I give him 1.5.
I just want to know when the superstar is supposed to come dominate. This nigga disappeared. That's why I be on Donnie's head. Because he the superstar. He done been in the playoffs before with the Jazz, so he already know what it's like come playoff time. So I expect more from him. That's why I'm on his head more than I am with DG. Because DG is his first time in there.
Number 2, baby.
That's why I'll be on his head.
So hold on.
That's
so you're more. So you're more confident that DG is gonna show up in the playoffs this year round than Donovan Mitchell.
I'm not saying I'm more confident. I expect Donovan to ball out in the playoffs.
I just want him to admit that I was right about my comments.
So you treating Mitchell like the oldest, and then you treating DG like the little baby son. You're not as hard on him.
Facts.
Okay.
I just want him to admit that I was right.
I get your parenting style. I get it. Go ahead.
I just want him to admit I was right.
About what?
That DG can't carry this team without Donnie here.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not saying that.
I think it was somewhat proven.
I'll say you 50% right on that.
What?
50%?
All right,
crazy.
I give you 69.
Hey!
Oh, come on, man.
You're right.
All right, 70.
He couldn't give me the 1%. This freaky ass.
I had to give him the
Hey, yo, what is going on here?
Come on, man. Come on, man. Damn, I forgot the times we lived in. Damn.
That's a short.
I think the best. I mean, I know that you know. Shout out to
bro. We had the Suns down. He gotta bring us home.
Pull that out, especially how he started.
He gotta bring us home.
And he had.
It started on the defensive end. We came back because we couldn't guard KD.
Hold on, but it was 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes.
That's fine.
And his patent move, dribble to the fucking end, underneath the rim, and just throw that bitch at Jared Allen as hard as I can, and hope he catch this bitch. That's terrible basketball, dog. He has to stop doing that shit.
That's right. See, stop.
And the reason why I say he gonna settle in is because Donovan Mitchell gonna be there come playoff time, so it won't be as much pressure on him. He's not. He deer in hairless right now when he come pressure time. We didn't seen it.
I want to say that.
Yeah, we didn't seen it. Dog. I didn't watch it the last 2 weeks.
So 2 weeks, and that's what we're gonna go off of. Like,
Dean Wade saved us. Max Strus saved us.
Hold on. Have you ever seen? My thing is, I can go off the last 2 weeks because I've never seen him in pressure time really step up and be that guy.
That playing game,
like I said, it's been 5 years.
The playing game against the Hawks, he
did it in the playoffs.
So I'm like I say,
I've seen Donovan Mitchell do things in the playoffs,
and I've seen him shit the bed in the playoffs.
Right, and you've seen DG shit the bed in the playoffs, and you never seen him ball in the playoffs in the clutch. So my thing is, how are you so confident DG gonna show up?
I ain't seen Donnie ball. Well, okay.
Come on now, stop that.
Come on, bro.
I mean, Murray went toe to toe.
Okay, let me do
And
that.
then that was he wasn't 5 years in the game like DG is now either. It's not comparable, man. I love DG. When we first got Donovan, I thought it could have been like neck and neck, but the last 2 years, it's obvious that Donovan Mitchell was a way better player than Darius Garland. And that's no disrespect to Darius Garland. He just still got a ways to go
to reach that pinnacle. I mean, if you average,
he got the talent though. Don't get me wrong.
If you average in 30, damn near 30, that's
And it's nothing physical with him. He got the bag, you can shoot. It's mental. He got to get over that mental barrier.
It's all mental.
Go kill, bro.
Period. Like you were saying last week.
Shoot the lights out. If you're not,
nobody
it is an
indictment.
If you're not hurling up 10 to 12 threes a night, that is an indictment on your game.
Okay, dog. Can I ask you this?
Come on.
Can I ask you this? DG's a former All-Star of this league. He cannot have the same stat line as Isaac Okoro. You can't have multiple games of this. There should be no reason why our starting point guard and our 7th man off the bench have the same exact stat line.
For the game, shit like that can happen, bro.
Hell yeah.
It's not
when you are second option.
That don't happen.
Not when you're our second option. Our 7th man or our second option should not have the same stat line.
That doesn't happen consistently. It doesn't.
It should never happen.
It's gonna happen because that's just how basketball works. Sometimes it's gonna happen.
I'm not rolling.
And it's been a few games where LeVert got a lot more assists than you, being more of a playmaker.
Okay.
And this is with Donovan Mitchell not playing, so you supposed to you not scoring, you not being a killer scorer, and you not playmaking like you need to. I'm just not seeing the growth and development I need to. Now I'm not down on him. It's still I feel like he's moving in the right direction. He's starting to find his shot and things like that. But I'm just saying,
we gotta realize the nigga was our go-to guy before Donnie got here. Now since Donnie get here, he's the second option now, and that's an adjustment he's still trying to make.
Well, that happened.
But the thing, my rebut to that is when Donovan Mitchell was not out, why is he not showing up?
I agree with you
like that. Because when DG's out, Donovan Mitchell game go to another level.
That's because he's used to doing that. That's all he had to do in Utah. So he just pretty much going back to what he used to do. He never really had to share the ball with another guy in the backcourt. He never had to do that in Utah. Never.
But he's an unselfish player.
Who is?
Donovan Mitchell.
He is, but he gonna do what he got to do
to
win.
In access to that, he still go down and mix up and gets you 4 rebounds a game. And then he's top 5 in the league in steals, so he's doing it on both ends of the court. But what I will offer, we didn't
down the stretch of games.
We didn't know what we had in Darius Garland. I mean, obviously the Colin Sexton injury revealed what kind of player he was. But even in that instance, he still had Ricky Rubio here to settle things down until Rubio got hurt. And then when they lost Evan that last 6 weeks of the season, 4 weeks of the season, whatever it was, that's what really killed that season. Yeah. So we don't really know who he is.
Exactly.
And so as I'm watching it, I want to know now because we're 5 years into this game. And so are you a shooter / playmaker, or are you a playmaker / shooter? Because if you're a shooter, you should know where your shots are coming from. If you're a playmaker, your mind should be designed what spot Jared going to be in, what spot Evan going to be in. As soon as you penetrate off that pick and roll, you know where you're going with the basketball. He's very indecisive, and it hurts him in the down stretches of the game, especially against the Suns. He overthrew Jared Allen by 3 feet for that lob at the time at the end of the game. You got momentum, you don't know where it's going. Then he come down there and turn over again. So that's the kind of shit that I'm seeing that's very frustrating. In the blink of an eye.
And to your point, even with, like the Suns game, he was shooting the ball, he was shooting the lights out the ball.
They took
even when he doing good, we get to the down of the stretch of the game, and you shrink. I can't keep saying that and keep trying to be Team DG. I'm not going. I love him. He not going nowhere. I'm not putting him on a trade block or nothing like that.
No.
But I gotta. This is what I see.
And I feel like he needs more of that in order to develop that shit and become a better player at it. Donnie was doing that shit back in Utah. He had the green light, the ultimate green light, and was able to learn that shit. DG is just now starting to be able to learn that shit.
You gotta adjust.
Yes, he does. And it takes an adjustment period.
So if Mitchell is on the court, then you become a shooter.
Same
you better knock that bitch down. Now that's up to JB to get him moving off some ball screens, back cuts, wherever the case is. But he's got even in that instant, he's still got to be decisive. Tonight he was decisive. 27 points, jacking up threes. He's not shooting 10 to 12. It's an indictment. You got to be shooting 10 to 12. That's what kind of shooter I think he is. But I'm not seeing it.
My thing is with Donnie on the court, it should agree to your point. Like, you don't have to think no more, bro. Just go kill.
I mean, but that's what Donnie doing. Donnie going to kill. I think he's be putting that more playmaker first then go score Rose second.
Donnie's the better playmaker. It's proven.
We can say that.
As far as this year, what I've seen this year,
we can say that, but Donnie's more of a scorer.
We played our best.
One option.
Donnie is a great player. He gonna adjust. He gonna do what he need to do. What's best for the team. Just like not comparing him to LeBron, but what a LeBron would do. We're a better team when the ball is in his hands.
Our best stretch of basketball was
DG got to learn how to play all ball, and he can.
Oh, he definitely can.
And like you said, where he's weak at mentally, where he can't, you know what I mean? He don't have to think as much now. We got to figure out, like, it's enough information out there for our coach.
So last year, too, at the beginning of the season.
It's enough information,
man. When Garland got hurt early in that Toronto game, and then they went in Boston and won, they went in Chicago and won. I'm like, this nigga actually can play point guard pretty good. That's when my heart started to change.
And, EB, you said this last week. You said this last week.
I probably blacked out what I said.
No. When you were saying about DG, like, look, we got to get past this. We got to develop DG shit.
Oh, yeah, he should have been developed.
Put him in a role that he can play, and we'll worry about that next year. You know what I mean?
Right. I remember that.
DG got to get in where he fit in.
And he's going to run, Dom. We ain't trying to be first round and out again.
It's been, I don't know. It's been proven that you don't have to, like, they don't have to, one has to be a playmaker, one has to be a scorer. Like, part of Donovan's playmaking is the fact that he could go kill you, and that opens up the floor for everybody. CJ and Dame did that. Now one of them was a playmaker. They made plays based off how good of a scorer they were, and that just helped the team. And that this roster has the potential to be much better than they ever had. So just be you. Like it just frustrates me to watch him kill someone, and then the next time that court he's so passive. And I'm just like, why? Like, you're a dog. Like, he has a unique skill set to be able to dribble the ball like he can and shoot the ball so fast.
My little cousin was just talking about that shit.
And his base is so quick. Like, he just gets off the ground so fast. Not many people keep up with him. And it's just so unique for him to just be so indecisive. It's kind of just frustrating.
Yeah, my little cousin was watching his highlight tape like, bruh,
just that handles.
Like, what? What's wrong with being this guy?
We don't know what the coaching staff is telling him.
100%.
We don't know what the coaching staff is game plan is. So it's like he also had to adjust to that also, man. So
at some point,
he's the one that got to make the biggest adjustment.
I've heard. We've all listened to podcasts. We've all heard old NBA players. Hey, sometimes it's, hey, bruh, that shit ain't working.
Yeah, it ain't.
Hey, you go stand over there and call timeout. Let us do what we doing on the court.
Remember, he got the contract too.
Once you get past that free throw line, your mind should be made up. I'm not trying to force the ball to Jared in this tight spot. I'm past free throw line. I'm shooting. If I can get to the basket, I'm gonna get closer. If not, I'm just gonna pull up right here from 15 feet. That's better than a turnover.
At least you got a chance.
If you create enough space off the dribble, then Sam should be open. Sam been off the last 3 games, and Sam ain't been off all year. Donnie come back tonight. What do Sam do? Splash, because of the spacing, and that's the issue. You can't over penetrate the basketball. If you are gnashing, then the ball has to come back out to the perimeter, and you reset that shit up again.
I like that, gnashing.
If you're gnashing all the way around the paint, then it's coming back out to the free throw line or to the 3-point line, and set that shit back up if you still got time for it. You can't turn the ball over.
I agree.
Not in the teeth of the game.
To your point about CJ and Dame, they was mature enough to know how to play off each other. Mitchell is going to be who he going to be, no matter who on the court. It's DG that's not doing good at figuring out his shit. So as a coach, if you can't figure out how to flow with this guy, then I just got to put you in a role and you do that. Because me just letting you do whatever you want to do and he's confused or he got to figure it out, as a coach, or if he can't figure it out, then I just got to give him a defined role. You do that. I can't let you just freelance and let y'all figure it out.
No. In
year 2 down the stretch when we gotta do something in the playoffs or jobs is on the line.
You fighting for the top spot, big dog.
Yeah.
So they're 42-24. They're officially right back in the second seed. I think Milwaukee had the game off tonight. So they had 2 seed. The season ended today. They will play the Indiana Pacers.
Well, we don't know if we play the Indiana Pacers
because they got to play.
They got the play-in situation. Good, touche. So it could be the Pacers, the Heat, the Bulls, or the Hawks.
Or the Nets.
They 4 games back of 10, so they got some work to
catch
do.
them boys.
They can. You know,
Okay.
Trey hurt, so they can possibly catch the Hawks.
And we don't got Ben 10, so I know. I understand.
Oh, you got a triple single
the
guy?
reservations. But
Well, it's funny. Last
They
week
kicked our ass a couple
they
days ago.
did.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When I was talking stuff, I was like, man, why should we lose? Because it happen all the time. That's why I be being humble 9 times out of 10. I'm like, yeah, why should we lose, bro?
It happens. I was in the
By 22, I'm like,
Man, bro.
put the ass.
I didn't even watch the 4th quarter.
Cam Thomas, baby.
I dismissed. Yeah.
Called
And that's what and that goes back to my point. He would be the person that would slide up in the All NBA selection.
Who?
Somebody like him.
I get what you saying. I get
what you're saying, but Cam is not the example.
He you know, volume shooter.
Cam ain't the example.
On a horrific team.
Cam's not the example.
DG need to go hit the lab, but Cam.
Just shoot, nigga.
Yeah, just shoot the basketball.
Cam ain't never seen a shot.
He'd be all NBA right now.
Easy.
All right, folks.
Cam throwing that joint in the ocean.
I still got Cavs in 6, but 45 got to be on the court in order for me to really truly believe that. And shout out to Jared Allen, man. Just steady. You know.
Fro growing back too, man.
I mean,
so you know what that means.
You know, no Mobley again, and he's still holding down the middle. He giving his all every single night. So shout out to Jared Allen because he's a big reason why we are 42 and 24.
Facts.
I don't know if he gets enough praise around these parts.
Just enough.
But I'm gonna give him some today. And before we get up out of here, I do want to talk about you know, and you know, I've defended Evan Mobley quite a bit, but I'm more than frustrated how you get injured the way you did, and quite frankly, how you've been looking this season as a whole. And so I
respect that.
I need to see more. I don't need you to be. I don't need you to be Kevin Garnett right now, but I need to see more. I don't see no feistiness this year.
I see some fire.
You know what I'm saying? All right, I don't see none of that this year.
He's another one, just like DG, because he'll come down the court and put his shoulder into someone's chest, and then I won't see that for the rest of the game.
Right.
That last match, they wanted the same for me. They both got to figure it out.
Throughout the whole game. Right. They got to play stronger.
And you're at the 4, like, you're not playing these bigger 5s. Like, go out there and dominate. At least just
they need to send
be aggressive. Like.
You see the Browns D-line in there banging with him a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, Miles got, you know, minority state now. He can't away with
Miles will put a shoulder in.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Let that nigga feel so.
Go work out with Miles.
Just let him run through the gauntlet a couple times.
Go work out with Miles. It's always those knees and them ankles. Get them legs together, bruh. But yeah, so listen.
Miles should have invited him to the LeBron workout, man.
Should have.
That's scam.
Should have.
That's scam. No, we can't
take the young fella under the wing, man. He supposed to be the next freak in Cleveland. You gotta take the young fella under the wing.
You gotta show something, man. You gotta show something.
Get him in the weight room. But listen, you've been listening to the Starting 5 podcast.
Evan Mobley almost won Defensive Player of the Year before he did.
This is true. You've been tuning into the Starting 5 podcast. We definitely appreciate the support. Again, you know, you can always get us wherever you find your podcast. And definitely run up the numbers on the YouTube channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. We just started 5, y'all. We out.
Tell your mama about me.